Y'all ready? Y'all ready for more parts?
Apparently.
You don't have to be ready. If you're too ready for something, then it can be a little bit unnerving.
It's so cold.
Oh, this is beautiful! Look at that! Look at that fall foliage. Oh, that's delightful.
I'm up extra early the following Monday. I messed up my sleep a little bit over the weekend, so I may have overcompensated by going to bed early. I woke up at like 6 a.m.
Okay.
After trying to kill some extra time at home before going into work, I decided to get dressed early and take a longer way to the shop. With how busy I've been, it's been hard to gather the energy for that sort of thing, but a walk sounded just like what I needed this morning.
Yeah.
My brain's all jumbled up and twisted around. Fresh air can do a little bit of detangling.
As much as it was a necessity sometimes because of how the bus schedule worked around here, I did treasure mornings and evenings where I got to walk to or from work. It was a pretty... Did you ever make that walk?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 40-minute walk. Usually it was faster to just take the buses, even if it was a little bit of a roundabout way. But on occasion we would have to walk to our place of employment, and it just getting to be by yourself with the cool air for 40 minutes or so in the early morning or the late night when there's nothing else around, and it gives you a kind of clarity.
Yeah.
In a way. That's actually where the channel name came from, was a conversation we had on the phone at one point when I was walking home. Real lore.
I walk around the neighborhood for a while. I end up further out than I meant to, but I catch myself and turn around before I get too terribly lost. Still, it's nice to see new parts of the area around my apartment. Makes the world feel a little more connected, I suppose.
Nice little park over here. Or is this... Is that a park? Or
There's plenty of people walking around, even this early in the morning. Most of them are walking their dogs, but a few are going for jogs on their own as well. I even see some cyclists. I'm looking at all these people, but I'm not making eye contact with anyone or saying anything to any of them. Still not confident enough for that kind of thing, if I ever will be. I've been walking for a little while, but I'd better start making my way back to the shop so I'm not late. I commit to turning the right direction at this next intersection when all of a sudden I'm stopped in my tracks by...
Ah, hello there.
The voice feels close enough to be whispering directly into my ear from behind. My body freezes up. Is it... No, it couldn't be. Nobody from my family could have possibly found me. There's no way. It's a painful moment of silence while I'm paralyzed with fear and indecision. With a hard swallow, I finally turn my head around and...
Okay, I did guess right. What brings you to this part of town?
I don't know whether to feel relieved or not at who it actually is. Huh? Hi there. I was just taking a walk before work.
You as well. It is a lovely morning for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a little cold for me, but while the sun's out, I figured I should take advantage of it.
Indeed. Clear skies never seem to last around here. Oh, Seattle, huh?
So I've heard, but I moved here recently and the last few months have been pretty dry.
Just be prepared. I would buy a waterproof coat sooner rather than later.
Noted.
Or either that or pretty sure they're somewhere in the PNW. And how are things at the shop?
Fine. We don't have anything left to sell, so...
Oh, is that so? No restocking planned, huh?
Not of the same stuff, at least. We'll probably turn it into some other kind of business now that we've sold through all the parts.
I see. What sort of business are you thinking?
I don't know yet. We've been weighing our options.
Best of luck to you then. I'll keep my eyes on that building and see what you do. I live nearby, so if it's something to my interests, I'm sure to be a regular customer.
Sure, thanks.
Oh, I don't mean to keep you over long. Enjoy the rest of your day, all right?
Yeah, you too. Take care. He does a small bow at me and turns back toward where I came from. If he lives nearby, I guess it makes sense that I'd run into him sooner or later. And he does seem like the type who'd make conversation every time he sees you, for better or for worse.
I am annoyingly gregarious, and I'm going to make it everyone else's problem.
I guess it's fine. Even if he's a little hard to read, he seems nice enough. If my goal is to start making acquaintances in the neighborhood, that's as good a start as any. Ah, shit, I gotta hurry or I'll be late.
Chasing cars.
Car repair shop.
Car repair shop. I told you we were going to get there eventually.
After lightly jogging the rest of the way, I make it in the door just a couple minutes before clock-in time. I'm not curious enough to wonder what O1 thinks about tardiness, so the plan is to go as long as possible without finding out. I'm glad that day isn't today. I open the door, hoping to make a straight line for the basement so I can get started, but just as I walk inside, I'm stopped again.
Oh, hello. Lulu. Oh.
O3 leans down and bumps her face into my chest, wrapping her arms around me.
Help. I'm embodied and therefore I need hugs.
O3?
Lulu, you've come back to me. I no longer have the energy to glomp you.
She goes limp into my shoulder, putting a lot more weight on me than she probably needs to. I guess I'm glad she didn't tackle me again, at least.
What can I say? You wear a red shirt like Calvin. It was so hard making it through the weekend without you. I barely survived, but you're finally back.
What's up? Did something happen?
Oh,
She presses her face harder into my chest. It almost kind of hurts.
one is a huge jerk, that's all.
I look around the room before speaking, knowing O1 tends to appear out of nowhere when O3 and I are talking about her.
No, I don't.
Like that.
I'm just always standing there, and you don't seem to notice me until it's convenient. I just don't know how to enter conversations, okay?
Did she get upset with you on Friday?
No, I mean, yes, I don't know. She didn't yell at me or scold me or anything, but
It kind of seemed like you were trying to piss her off.
obviously, but like, how am I supposed to feel if she gets mad so calmly?
That might be my fault, since I've been telling her to go easy on O3. Oops.
But whatever, I have terrible, terrible news. A man has fallen into the river in Lego City. One says I'm never allowed to go to Elder Street ever again. And she meant the cafe, not just whatever street it came from.
Ever? Why not?
Fucking, I don't know. Do you think I listened? Because she's stupid. Obviously.
She didn't give any reason?
She said it's dangerous, but you were there, right? There was no danger.
Yeah, that does seem weird.
It's stupid. Why is she so stubborn about the dumbest shit? You talk to her, Lulu. She actually listens to you, so you could tell her I would say it the whole time.
I can definitely try, but I don't know if she'll listen to me right now.
What? Why not? Did you get into a fight?
No, nothing like that. I mean, I don't think so anyway.
Ugh, she's so unreasonable. Whatever it was, I'm sure you were in the right, Lulu. I am on your side, unconditionally. This is what friends do.
It's really not like that. But I'll try to ask her to explain what she meant anyway.
Explain what?
Always right on cue, O1 appears in the lobby without making a noise.
My active camouflage appears to be working.
Wait, but she came from behind us. How come we didn't hear the bell?
There are other doors. There's always been a door right there. It's just been behind a bunch of stuff.
Good morning, O1. We were just wondering about...
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're gonna tell me to go to sleep, aren't you?
Well,
don't bother. I was gonna go to sleep anyway.
If that's what you wish.
Yeah, so bye. And bye-bye, Lucy.
She gives me a tiny wave before dashing into the basement. O1 and I look at each other.
Sometimes I wonder about, well, that's a lie. I wonder very often about a lot of different things. Mostly about what people are trying to tell me when they tell me things that clearly are not what they mean. So, what was that about?
She's upset with you.
She usually is.
I heard you told her she can't go back to the cafe. What's up with that?
That's right. It is dangerous.
I didn't notice anything dangerous.
It is not something that you would notice until it is too late. That is why I have to nip the problem in the butt.
The bud? Does it have to do with her health?
That's right. It's nothing you can understand, so please just trust me.
As much as I'd like to, saying things like that makes me a little angry. Well, maybe I don't need to know, but you should at least explain it to her. Her silence tells me she has no intention of doing that.
It seemed like she was about to, and then O3 kind of had a little hissy fit while she was being, or going under examination, didn't listen. Unless I was completely reading that last scene wrong, but...
Or maybe she can tell that I'm getting irritated. It's probably for the best that we don't get into it right now. I'm about to get to work, but I want to ask first.
What is it?
There's somewhere I want to take O3. A park nearby that she was curious about. Would that be okay?
Yes, I suppose that is fine with me. But would you mind waiting until Friday?
Why?
Got to get down on Friday. I'd like to put more time between her visiting new places, if that is all right. At least a week should be okay. I don't want... That way we can get good experimental data both before and after.
All right, I'll ask her later.
You have my permission to wake her up. Just be careful when you do go.
Thanks. I'm gonna get to work then.
All right. I suppose I should as well.
See you later then.
Wait a moment, please.
Is there something else? She turns away from me, and though her body doesn't fidget, her eyes do. It's unusual to notice her feeling nervous this way. Even if I'm annoyed with her, I'm weak to that sort of thing. Sorry, O3, I promise I'm still with you on this.
I wanted to apologize for the other day. I became a little defensive when you criticized me, even lightly. I think I was out of line.
It's okay. I understand that it's weighing on you, which is why I waited a while to bring it up. I'm just worried about the future is all.
I understand now, after taking the weekend to reflect on it. You were right. There is something that has been bothering me lately. I have been having problematic feelings.
Well, you can talk to me about them if that's what you want.
I am not so sure. I don't have the proper language for what I am feeling. I worry I would confuse things further by trying to explain them.
Is it dorselessness?
How did you know exactly what the word was?
Don't worry about that. You don't have to force yourself.
Compromising!
What?
That's the word! Compromising!
What?
That's this is unrelated to this episode we're recording right now, sorry, but as soon as we started talking about that, I remembered the word that I was trying to remember earlier when I was talking with you, and neither of us could figure it out.
Okay.
It was compromising.
I see.
Oh. Okay, I'm leaving that in. You just get to wonder what that's about. I'm not going to explain the rest of the conversation to you.
Don't worry about that. You don't have to force yourself, of course, but in my experience, the process of trying to find the right words for your feelings can be really clarifying.
That is actually really good advice. I know that I know on a philosophical level, I've known that some people have claimed that if you can't really express what it is you're thinking, then you don't have a good handle on it. And whether or not you believe that, the process of actually trying to sort out what you feel, what it is specifically about, and what it is in relation to can often help you gain a better insight into what it is that's actually making you feel a certain way, rather than just having a big kind of nebulous blob that you can't put a name to.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommended.
Even if it's writing them down in a journal or something like that.
I see.
I told you a little while ago, didn't I? You can rely on me. If something's bothering you, I really do want to know about it. Rather than deflecting like this, even if your thoughts are incomplete or sound weird or don't make any sense, I want to hear what's on your mind, as your friend.
It just feels like a waste of time to think about these things. You know our situation. I cannot afford to be hung up on frivolities. I need to stay focused.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, it seems a little late for that. It's been distracting you anyway, right? It's already slowed you down, which is only natural. Your heart is asking you to pay attention to it, to take care of it.
But don't you know, unless you're using all of the time you have in order to maximize the value you create to the world around you, then you're being lazy. Who has... just have less avocado toast. Except the avocado toast is now your emotions. Remember, capitalism does not make space for you to take care of yourself. You have to fight for it. My heart.
If something won't leave your mind, then it's there for a reason. Ignoring it is only going to make it yell louder for attention.
Lucy here speaking from experience. Relating to a certain gendered matter, perhaps.
And O1, on the other hand, furiously Googling heart and trying to figure out what circulatory function might have to do with this situation.
O1 furiously Googling the phrase heart. How to remove heart. Is it safe to remove heart?
It's worth taking it seriously, even if it feels frivolous. So, if you aren't going to, I at least want to hear it out. That's all. She turns away from me during the silence that follows. I think some of my irritation slipped through there. It's probably kind of weird for me to become so abrasive all of a sudden, but if nothing else, I feel like I made my feelings clearer than last time I tried. That's all I can do. Whether O1 receives them or not is up to her. She turns back to me, still hesitating with her eyes. I stare back at her, waiting for how she'll respond.
May I ask you a personal question?
Sure, what is it?
Have you ever been in love?
Huh? All my confidence flies out the window in that instant. The absolute last thing I thought she'd ask. I mean, sure, yeah, I have.
With what?
With what? Is O1 in love with the broken down car?
Oh no, is that what it... Or is she in love with the... Or does she really, feel strongly about not letting things go to waste? And is perhaps confusing that feeling for love? Or she's just in love with Lulu?
That's kind of personal.
I started by asking if it was okay to ask a personal question.
That's true. Okay, well, yeah, I guess I have. I was a teenager, though, so I don't know how much stock I put in those feelings.
What do you mean?
Well, it was like baby love, I guess, or more of a crush.
That doesn't explain anything to me.
Okay. Well, it's just...
Getting some real Ida Eggford energy here.
Let's just say yes, then. I had a girlfriend for a little while. I don't really want to get into it.
A girlfriend?
Uh-oh, I've been assuming all this time she was at least gay, haven't I? Is that a problem? Does she have a problem with...
I've been wondering for a while, but what exactly is a girlfriend?
What? You don't know?
I've never had one before. How would I know?
Really? I mean, you should still know what one is.
Oh, I can show you some documentaries that might help elucidate.
It's like, geez, I don't even know where to start with that one.
That is fine. I can do some research on my own.
Why do you ask, anyway? Is there someone you're interested in?
Well, I suppose that you could say that.
I see.
I don't entirely understand love. I thought maybe you could help shed some light on what I'm feeling.
It can be a lot of things. For me, it's like a feeling of wanting to protect and care for someone.
Or maybe she's struggling to express how her protective feelings for the rest of the units. Like she knows that what she's doing is to protect them, and she has clarity in what she's doing, but she's maybe worrying that that's not being expressed, given how resentful O3 in particular seems to be of her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, how do I... Maybe is wondering how to express that to them.
I still like my first theory better because it's much funnier.
That is true. That is true.
Wanting to understand them better, to be a part of them.
What are you supposed to do with those feelings? As I said, they've only been a distraction so far. I've been given a very specific purpose, so to pursue anything besides that is worthless to me. And yet still they will not go away. How am I supposed to get rid of them?
Have you tried yearning?
Really bad advice, Quarter.
Have you tried becoming an incel?
You shouldn't try to get rid of them. Be objective here, Lucy. She deserves the best advice you can give her as a friend. I think it's a bad idea to ignore feelings you're having just because they seem frivolous. Like I said, you should listen to them. If you give your heart what it wants, you'll see things a lot more clearly.
I see. Lucy. I'm going to take your advice.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. So I'd like to say to you.
Huh?
Thank you for the advice.
Oh, sure. I hope it helps.
It has been very helpful. I shall be back later. Please make sure that O3 doesn't go out on her own while I am away. I shouldn't be back too late, so I will see you before you leave, most likely.
Sure. No problem. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
She walks right past me and out of the shop. I guess any chance I had just walked out the door.
Also, it's just a bad idea to date your boss.
Yeah.
Like, don't. Again, it's just never a good idea. Never at all. Never. Could you imagine dating someone who was your boss?
No.
Could you imagine being in that situation?
No, I couldn't.
God. Oh man.
That would be such a counterfactual.
That would be
not
so
even
highly
apparent
There was a time where Vivian was working at a place where I was technically her boss, but because it was seasonal hire,
Yep.
right? But before doing all that, we had to, we made sure to go to the my management and be like, this is what the situation is. I don't want to put us in. It's just for the season. I don't want to put us in a compromising position, and that was such a fucking hassle. But it's like that for a reason. You shouldn't do it. Don't do it.
All that talking means that I actually start working way later than I intended, but as long as I can't be blamed for it, I guess that's fine. I try to focus myself on the work, feeling such a strange mixture of things swirling around in my stomach. I mean, it's obvious why I feel the way I do. I've had a crush on her since the first time we met. And as I've gotten closer to her, it's only grown stronger. Not into anything too serious, I don't think. I have to remember that she's my boss after all, even if we're friends, but it's undeniable that the feelings are still there. If she really does have feelings for someone else, of course I won't make a stink about it. I'm in no way ready for a relationship right now anyway. I barely have my own feelings straight. Still, it'd be disappointing, I guess. Even accepting that I never had a chance anyway. Besides that, how would O3 feel about it? Or O2 or Killy? I don't think anybody'd be too thrilled about us dating, let alone receptive to me venting about this to them. Yeah, I guess I'm just on my own with these feelings. That kind of sucks to realize. Whatever. You're overcomplicating things. Don't be so self-absorbed, Lucy. It's great that the two of you can be friends like you are. It's exactly what you've always wanted. Somebody to grow closer with, to share trust with. You have a lot to be happy about. So just settle down and focus on your work.
Quickly stops by and checks in with O4. Hey, can you just send me like a whole bunch of those documentaries real quick? Oh, doing some research of your own, are you?
I am taken out of my stupor by my alarm, signaling the end of my shift. O3 didn't show up at all, not even on my lunch break. She's probably still depressed. I'd have liked the chance to talk to her while O1 was away. It felt a little lonely, but I probably needed to be alone with my thoughts for a little while. I've calmed down a lot by now, at least. Speaking of that, O1 has been out for a long time. I wonder what she's doing. She said she was going to address what she's feeling. Has it really taken this long? I decided I'd wait until after work to wake O3 up and ask about going to the park. I got O1's permission, so that part's fine. I still feel a little weird about that rule, but it's not too unreasonable. Despite the problems O1 and O3 are having and how secretive she is about O3's health, I do trust that she's trying her best to take care of her and the others. That's why she's so strict, even if it rubs me the wrong way. I set aside the things I was using to clean and start making my way upstairs after turning off the lights. My phone buzzes as soon as I walk out of the stairway. When I pull it out to check, I see that a bunch of texts sent all at once as soon as I had signal again. Did I get kicked off the basement Wi-Fi at some point?
Interesting. So, wait. What do you mean, Wi-Fi? Isn't the phone network generally separate from... No, what am I saying?
I don't actually know how SMS gets sent nowadays.
Yeah, come to think of it, because, like I'm used to, texting and receiving calls when I'm not in Wi-Fi. Either way, I guess that's an important detail that the basement, blocks reception.
Yeah, we got to know that for solving the mystery.
Yeah, got to know that.
You can't get cell reception in the basement. They're all from O1. She sent me a text at the top of every hour on the dot. They all read, "I'm okay," or "still okay," and stuff like that. She's actually sending me status updates? I thought she made that suggestion sarcastically, but she really did do it. She's cagey about some things, but very straightforward about others.
Still okay. Don't worry, I'm all right.
It's kind of cute. I feel bad that I thought she was being mean.
I saw a dog. It was exciting. Still okay.
The last one was from about 2 hours ago. It reads, "I'm back." She came back? She's not up here, and I never saw her downstairs, so...
Lucy.
Huh? Where did you come from?
The garage? Where else?
Garage? What garage?
The one that's been on the artwork since the first time this storefront showed up. The garage that we have. What other garage would I be referring to?
She points behind her to the door in the back corner of the lobby. How long has that door been there? This place has a garage?
How were things downstairs?
Oh, they're fine. It was quiet all day. Nobody else woke up.
I see.
Does she need something? She's focusing on me pretty intently, and I don't know why. How was your day? Did you take care of,
About that, I would like to speak to you if you do not mind.
Oh, yeah, of course. What's up?
I've been thinking about what you said this morning. If you don't mind, there is something I would like to show you.
What I said this morning, does that mean she did it? Whoever she was going to confess to, did she do it?
Please, follow me.
She walks me over to the door that apparently leads to the garage. I didn't even know this building had a garage.
Have you been just incurious about where these extra doors went?
I guess that big garage door on the outside of the building might have been a clue.
That too.
I never really thought about it. I wonder how much time she spent in there without me knowing.
A fair amount, it turns out.
Regardless, I really want to know what she has to show me, so I follow without any argument.
I would like to introduce you to my lover. No! Lucy, I would like for you to meet my girlfriend.
Girlfriend? No way, already? I can't believe it. I swallow hard, having absolutely no idea what to expect. What kind of person was O1 interested in? I don't know anything about her type. Maybe it's someone more spontaneous than her, someone that can break apart her analytical nature a bit. She said she wanted to protect them, so what if they're sweet and innocent, someone who needs protecting? Or could it be someone more like her? Maybe she's attracted to that kind of stability and routine. I peek my head into the garage cautiously, waiting to be greeted by somebody. The lights turn on and I see... I fucking called it! An empty garage, except for a beat-up, rusted-out car frame in the middle. 01 turns back to me as if I'm supposed to see her somewhere, but I don't see anyone. Where is she? Is she in this busted car?
Don't be rude, Lucy.
What?
This is her.
What?
You know, my girlfriend. The thing you defined as something you want to nurture or protect.
No, wait, I thought I didn't mean like this, like a person, you know? I don't think a car can even consent to a relationship, so Jesus Christ, what am I saying?
Suddenly goes into lowercase. I am only joking, Lucy. I did my research, so I know what a girlfriend is now.
I see. Please don't joke about that.
You don't
with
seem
me.
to like my jokes. I put extra effort into being funny for you, and you don't seem to appreciate it.
Where did you get this?
From that car lot we visited the other day. Off to the side, I noticed this car. It seemed completely abandoned.
So you bought it?
Well, no. Strictly speaking, I did not.
What does that mean?
The dealership will not miss her. I confirmed she was going to be sent to the junkyard.
So you stole it?
Lucy, I stole her.
Sorry, I guess maybe kidnap would be more appropriate?
Snitches are bitches, Lucy. Oh, what absolutely crushing it. This Snitches are bitches, Lucy.
That's not quite the expression.
I don't know what exactly drew me to bring it back. When I first noticed it in this state.
You wanted to protect it.
That is right. I wanted to help it.
So this is what's been on your mind?
Yes. Do you see what I mean about it being frivolous? I want to repair it. But I am not a fool. She obviously doesn't have any feelings. Isn't it strange that I care at all what happens to it?
I mean, I guess so, but I can understand it too. You don't seem like the wasteful type.
What do you mean?
Well, you were going through the trouble of selling all those extra parts you had lying around when most people probably would have just thrown them away.
They were all perfectly good components.
Right, exactly. So maybe it's just in your nature to want to make use of things. I think it makes sense if you look at it more abstractly.
Huh.
It's like, I have this plush seal at home. It's obviously just fabric stitched together, but I still find comfort in sleeping with it as if it were my friend, you know? I still love it anyway.
I suppose I get it.
It doesn't really sound like she does, but she's trying at least.
You see, I could likely say that I love the three others. They are my family for all intents and purposes, and I would do anything to keep them safe. Anything. That sort of love felt understandable to me, as if I was built with it pre-installed, but to feel those things for a car, even if to a lesser extent, it is strange, is it not?
From that angle, I can see why it might seem weird, but it's normal to have empathy for inanimate objects, too. That just means you're a nice person.
Don't call my girlfriend inanimate.
It would have been destroyed if not for you, right? And now it has a second chance. I think that's great.
How did you get that here on her own? Love seems very confusing.
No kidding.
Regardless, what you said earlier made a lot of sense. Trying to ignore these feelings was doing more harm than good. So I'm going to restore it. At the very least, it may clear my head.
Right. I think it'll help sort your thoughts out. Maybe it'll even give you some ideas about the shop, too.
Come on, you're right there.
Ideas.
Yeah, like if repairing stuff is something you're passionate about, maybe you could open up a repair shop or something. You know.
Perhaps. I have mixed feelings about that. Well, I will think about it. For now, I suppose this will be how I spend my free time.
Wow, if you're giving yourself free time, you must be really serious about this.
I suppose that I am. Thank you for listening, Lucy. You have been a lot of help.
Yeah, no problem. Glad I could lend a hand. Let me know how it goes, all right?
All right.
Then I guess it's time I head home.
Did you talk to 03 about your plans on Friday?
Oh, right. I was going to wait until after work.
You still have my permission to wake her, if you believe you should.
Yeah, I'll do that. She's been sleeping a lot lately, too. I'm a little worried.
All right. Let me know what she says.
You could also talk to her about it, but all right.
I'll compile a list of components that I need. I have studied her long enough by now that I have a decent sense of what needs to be done.
Sounds good. I'll talk to you tomorrow then.
Yes. Thank you, Lucy.
No problem. I leave the garage and let out a long, long sigh, leaning against the door as it shuts. Just when I think I'm about to understand her a bit better.
Now it's just you and me alone. Wow, look at the shape of your tailpipe.
Well, whatever. I learned a lot about her today. I'm kind of, starting to understand her, maybe.
It seems like you have been around the block once or twice.
Oh! Practicing the jokes. She's so weird, but I kind of love that. And this means she's not interested in anyone right now, doesn't it? Anyway, I need to go check on O3. I wonder why she's still sleeping. Maybe she really does want to be left alone, but I think she'd appreciate me checking on her anyway. I hope.
I don't know. The more I'm getting to know what. I'm getting more kind of Ace vibes from her. Like maybe she would be interested in a girlfriend, but I assume if anyone ever brought up the idea of sex to her, she'd be like, "What? What is this? Why? There are so many fluids. What are they doing there?" That is unsanitary. I could rust. You wouldn't want me to rust, would you?
I start heading back downstairs. I push in the door that opens into the basement, and even just with it a crack open, I notice something weird. The lights are on.
You didn't yell lights when you left.
I definitely turned them off when I left. Maybe that means O3 is awake now? I don't know what she'd be doing down here by herself, though.
Did she definitely turn them off?
I decided it'd be better to just check it out. If she's really in here somewhere, she'd be out of her pod, right? Simple. I make my way toward the center of the room, where I know they're all lined up. But I don't make it very far before I stop again. I hear something, a voice, speaking very lowly. Who is that? I peek around one last corner to spot the pods, and I see her. It's O2. I just don't know what to do. Right, I know, but... She is standing in front of the second pod, which I've come to assume is her own, and she's... talking. Who is she talking to? You've done so much already, you shouldn't have to. No, I know, I'm just worried. He has to be lying about something, I just don't know what.
Who do you know that has a he pronoun? Literally everyone aside from the polite boy is either she or they in this game. Like literally everyone aside from polite boy is either she or they. So who are you talking about? Certified who the fuck are you moment.
It's okay. I'm just glad it's not me. What do I do? I really don't want to interrupt, but I gotta check on O3. I should probably just go. I can apologize to O3 tomorrow. I'm sure she'll understand, but O2 hates me enough as it is. I don't want to do anything to... Yeah, we have to get rid of her somehow.
Has to be lying about something. I just don't know what. Have to get rid of her somehow.
Huh? It's bad enough that he got involved. The way she's been acting, it only complicates things further.
Great. I love hearing things out of context and with no idea what they're referring to. Now, when given this information, will Lulu A, assume that she doesn't have enough context for what's going on? Or B, assume that O2 is talking about getting rid of her and fear for her life? Place your bets in the comment section now.
I don't care about the money. We would have gotten it regardless of her. So she's been nothing but a nuisance at best. I know. 01 and 03 both have some weird infatuation with her. As long as they feel that way. I don't know what we can do besides...
Okay, well, that does seem less ambiguous.
I know. You don't need to tell me that. But with 03, can't we just... I know, we need 01's authority, but she's beyond saving at this point. We need to start from scratch. I'll even do it to myself, too. If it will drive her out of our lives, I'll reset everything.
Is she talking about like resetting their memory and kind of like restarting like their wake-up process again?
Maybe. Because if she sticks around, we... Clank. Ow, ow, ow. Predictably, as I start stepping backwards out of sight, I trip on something. As I try to overcorrect to keep it from falling over, I instead fall forward. My upper body reveals...
Oh, sorry.
My upper body lands on the floor with a loud noise, revealing myself from around my safe corner. 02 looks directly at me with a rabid glare in her eye that, for that 1 second of panic... What? Hello.
Who is she talking to? And is the polite boy? Does she know who polite boy is?
Maybe. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be gone by now. Well, you see. I stand up quickly, barely even brushing myself off. She stares knives into me, so I carefully look just past her, trying to act casual. I was here to see how 03 was doing. She's been asleep all day, so I just wanted to check in. Did 01 say you could? Yeah, I just asked her. Fine. Go ahead then, don't mind me. Okay. I know I'm not a good liar, and I'm an even worse actor. Even if she can't confirm it, I'm sure she at least suspects that I overheard her talking just now. We have to get rid of her. No, there's no way that was about me. Why would she need to get rid of me? I know I'm a nuisance, but... No, everything else about the money and 01 and 03, it's... She couldn't mean...
Maybe it's just the fact that we're playing these two games simultaneously, but from everything from the vignetting to the tips unlocking at the end of the chapters to the very specific kind of paranoia that Lulu is having, is this super influenced by Higurashi, or am I just going crazy? Am I going crazy?
Going Keiichi mode?
Going full Keiichi Maibara mode? Like, am I just seeing things? Is this pareidolia or Let me know in the comment section if this is just pareidolia.
I can't think about this right now. If I'm going to put on a decent act, I need to pretend I didn't hear anything. I have to wake up 03 and do what I came here to do. Avoiding her eyes, which are avoiding mine in return, I step up to the third pod and hit the button to open the hatch.
From 02's perspective, she's been sitting with her back to the door on the phone, having an important conversation while Lulu's been standing there the entire time.
It feels as if it opens significantly slower than every other time, as I watch it move inch by inch with 02's presence burning a hole in the back of my head. But finally, 03's cute, sleepy face greets me, and though she takes a few minutes to stir and stretch before acknowledging me, just having her here is such a relief.
Yum, yum, yum. Oh, Lulu, what time is it?
Hi, good morning. It's about 4:30. How are you feeling? She sits up and rubs her eyes.
So pissed the hell off.
I'm sorry.
What's up? You didn't go home?
Well, I was gonna, but I wanted to say hi. You've been asleep since this morning, so I thought I should make sure you're doing okay.
Well, that's sweet, Lulu, but I'm fine. It's just the same old bullshit it always is.
Right, still. Well, I did have some good news to share, too.
Oh, what is it?
I asked 01 if we could go out somewhere again, and she said we could on Friday.
Why on Friday?
She wanted to give you time to rest, just in case.
We go back to Elder Street?
Well, no.
That's supposed to be good news?
Well, I thought it'd be better than nothing, and there's this park I really like that I thought maybe you'd like to see. It's a short walk away, but the leaves are really pretty right now. They'll probably fall off and the trees will be bare for a while, so I wanted to let you see them before that happens, if you'd like.
That's really sweet.
Sorry, you're right. That does sound really nice. All right, it's better than nothing. Let's do it.
Yeah, we can do it after work on Friday.
Cool. Thanks, Lulu.
I'm sorry I couldn't do more.
It's okay. You probably gotta go home, so I'll, huh?
She glances to the side and finally notices O2 standing there, turned away from us. I was just starting to forget about what I heard, but as soon as O3 calls attention to her, goosebumps form all over my arms again.
O2, what you doing? What you up to, pumpkin?
O2
Potato.
stiffens up for a moment before letting out a resigned sigh. She turns around to face us, although her eyes are still pointed at the floor, and I can tell she's concealing her true irritation. I was spending time with O4.
Oh, why are you out here then? Can you just watch stuff with him on the net? Oh, whatever. You'll be too have fun. And I'll see you tomorrow, Lulu.
Sure.
Bye-bye. Yum.
She leans back
Cannonball!
down, and the hatch closes.
Ow.
She leans back down, and the hatch closes itself back up.
Oh, I keep forgetting not to do that.
I turn to O2, and just as I do, she looks me directly in the eye. Well, that's all I wanted to do, so I'll be off now. See you around then. Hold on. Huh? You're the one who sold everything to that person who came in, right? Yes, that's right. I guess. Like I keep saying, I didn't really do anything, though. Did the person who bought it all say anything to you? Huh? Sure, he talked to me for a while. It was mostly pleasantries, pretty much what you'd expect from a customer. He didn't say anything unusual to you? No, not that I can remember. Oh, he did give me this, though. I couldn't tell you why I kept it in my wallet, but I pulled out the weird little business card he handed me and held it up to her. She leans in to read it.
Ah, yes, VTuber Industries.
I see. I watch her eyes scroll through the text on the card once more before leaning backwards. She furrows her brow as if thinking about something. Is something the matter? Nothing, sorry. You should go. Right, okay, goodbye then. So wait, VT Industries, but also VTube is in-universe YouTube. Is this guy just the CEO of
Vertube.
Google? Oh, Vertube.
Vertube,
Yeah,
right.
is this guy just the CEO of Google?
That makes the most sense of all the options. Because that's the only real company we've had that, like, Vertube Industry. Well, it's not really like an industry, is it? I guess the subtitle of the company is a little weird if that's the case. But also that's the only real connection we have to any established business in this universe. So, yeah, it could just be that I'm the CEO of Google.
She turns away from me without another word, so I take that as my final cue to scurry away.
Assuming YouTube and Google are the same entity in this.
I'm sorry, I really am that I keep bothering you, O2. Please trust that I am perfectly willing to never get within eyesight of you if I can help it.
I'm sorry. If I say it enough, I'll just forget I ever saw or heard anything. As long as things can just go back to normal, O2, please.
I don't want to be a bother to anyone, especially not in their own home, and especially not when they've already told me flat out that they hate my guts and never want to see me. And especially not someone who... No. Lucy, stop being ridiculous. You always assume the worst. Just calm down. This doesn't change anything at all. She's always hated you. Of course she'd want you to leave. There's nothing shocking about that.
Just calm down, Lucy, no last name given.
She just isn't so good with her words, so it came out weirdly severe to whoever it was she was talking to. She said 04, but I don't know. I don't like the idea that anyone else might be in that basement, and especially someone that she would have said all that to.
Oh, Violet.
Yeah, could be.
Oh, she was talking to Violet. Okay. Oh, sorry. Because for a while I was just like, who was she talking to? You know, like, because it's like we know that they have ways of communicating without a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it was Violet. That's my, or whatever the system that O1 helpfully anthropomorphizes.
So I have to assume she's telling the truth for the sake of my anxiety. For now, I need to get home. There's lots of chores I want to do before Killy gets back from work. Just put all of this out of your mind, Lucy. And there's nothing to be afraid of in that basement.
No, there's nothing to be afraid of. They just want to take you home because you're so cute. All right, I'll stop now. Data shard number 5. Hell yeah. Man, another chapter that's like exactly an hour.
Yeah, it's uncanny.
It's so weird that it's been that guy and that girl. This is going to be O2, I guess.
So it really was him then. He hasn't clarified? No, Right, obviously we need to talk to him directly. And now that we have his address, we can pay him a visit. Do you want me to... I'm still too nervous to... so... I'll need you to, Yeah, thank you. That guy really is annoying. Can't he communicate a little better? Anyway, what were we talking about before? Right, Lucy. She's got O1 all confused about a bunch of stuff. You said she's working on a car now? What's the point in any of that? That girl doesn't understand anything. Does she think this is a game? Yeah, I guess, but she shouldn't act like she knows everything then. I know. I'll settle down. Sorry. Thank you. Everything will be okay, right? Yeah, that's right. Thank you for being here. You're the only one I can count on.
Yeah, putting my money on Violet now.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and drop a save. And let's continue on.
Can we
still
check
got
the
some
tips?
more time.
I want to see if Polite Boy is in tips now. Oh, hey.
Speaks politely, seems fond of small talk, but it's hard to get any actual information out of him. Likes early morning walks, dislikes warm weather. Oh, I feel that. Hi, weird. Not shy at all. Very nice.
Wears one glove.
What do you mean, where's one glove? Oh, yeah, you could just barely see. Does that mean anything? I don't have any idea what it would indicate to wear a single glove. Or
Robot hand.
What?
Robot hand.
Robot hand. Oh, robot hand. Working with some kind of biomechanical tech. Right. Maybe not working on full robot people specifically, but in working on like mechanical limbs or augmented stuff like that. Perhaps. Karina has a pretty high mean score. Nice, very high nice, but also shy, fun, dumb. Not at all cool, though. Wow, rude. Somewhat empty. I like everyone's empty scores.
Is there anyone here who is not empty? Interesting.
03 is full. Lucy is actually only half empty. Mostly with anxiety. Hello there.
Mysterious.
Anyway, let's get back to it.
Well, whatever. Hope you two have fun. I'll see you tomorrow, Lulu.
Sure.
Bye-bye. Cannonball! Oof! Ow! After the lid of my charging pod shuts, I let out a long sigh. Lucy is so sweet. She's always thinking about me. It's hard to stay mad when a nice girl like her is working so hard for my sake, but that just speaks to how fucking infuriating 01 is being. I furrow my brow and sigh again, move my arms above my head to grab at the bundling of wires. I move around just a few inches and now it's all tangled up and sitting all awkwardly. Ugh, the net wire came a little loose. Finicky bastard. Really have killed him to condense all this shit into one wire? Ugh. Everything in its place, I shut my eyes and power down. I'm standing in a silk field. Hey, I'm here. Anyone around? Before? My body lands in the middle of a vast meadow. Up a small hill is a large tree, casting a thick shadow underneath it, very Majora's Mask. The sky and the grass both seem to stretch on forever. The wind gently blows through my hair as I cross my arms. Guess so too was telling the truth. It's been hanging out in their private channel. Well, whatever. I stroll easily up the hill toward the bottom of the tree, flopping onto the grass with another sigh. Maybe I should just go back to sleep. Stare up at the clump of leaves hanging above me, vibrant green and swaying softly in the breeze. The rustling is relaxing enough that I could definitely drift off right here, even if the audio loop is short. The real world, leaves turn from green to orange, yellow and red in the autumn. That's what Lucy was just talking about. Leaves fall from their branches and pile up beneath the tree on the ground where they eventually dry up and crumble. Or decompose, or something. When I think about it, it does kind of sound interesting. I bet it'd be fun to go see them for myself. Lulu's really got my number, huh? Still, I can't feel great about it.
Yeah, I've got your number. 3.
Oh, it's 03. She's got it. Lulu, don't lose that number. It's the only one you own. As much as Lulu does for me, she'll never be able to give me what I actually need. Actual freedom. As long as I'm tethered to her, then nothing's really changed. It's all because of 01. I want to go out and see the real world, not this shitty basement, not this fake one tree every fucking day for the rest of my fucking life. I know that even if I go out with Lucy on Friday, I'll come back to 01 telling me the park is dangerous and she can't allow me to go back there. How am I supposed to accept that? How is that fair?
I wonder if there's some kind of mechanical equipment in use at the cafe that somehow messes with one of 03's systems, right? Like, I wonder if there is genuinely something about that location that does have a weird property that isn't immediately apparent.
I've got it. Ley lines.
Shit, you're right. It's all... it all comes back to ley lines.
I roll onto my side and punch at the dirt, grimacing. It's so frustrating, and I can't do anything about it. I don't even be alive without 01. Any chance I'd have of taking care of my own body is 0 as long as she's holding information hostage. Worst part is that I don't even think she's lying. It probably is best for my health if I obey her orders. If she doesn't ever tell me why, how am I supposed to feel? All I can do is sit here and feel like shit.
So she expressly says 01 won't tell her. Which is weird, because 01 seemed ready to last time they were in a scene, like in that scene in the last episode, but maybe I was reading that wrong. If 01 won't tell her, here's the thing. 01 really, at least from what we see of her personality, appreciates clarity and like giving and having people do what they're supposed to, right? I think in her mind, if it would help Lulu or not Lulu, I keep calling her, if it would help O3 make those decisions to know, then she probably would tell O3 what was going on. The fact that she hasn't told O3 makes me wonder if it is something that, if O3 were to know, would actually be bad for her. Which is horrifying to think about, but maybe that's what's going on in O1's head.
I wanted to calm myself down so I didn't get angry in front of Lulu, but I'm just getting more irritated. I gotta chill out. Think about something else. Just need to distract myself for a little while. Guess I could go online. The work I'm currently connected to is a private one called VTN. It's only accessible for the 4 of us locally.
See, this is called VT as well. There's Vertube, there's VTN, there's VT Industries. It's all VT.
It's all about one small New England state. It's all coming back to. Interesting. So I'm wondering if then this was a lab run by someone at VT Industries.
Could be.
Are their lives part of an ongoing experiment? Is that what this is? I don't remember what we were told about it. Their place in chapter 1, but I seem to remember we were guessing at something like maybe a research facility, like a DARPA thing, right?
Set up so that while we're asleep in our charging pods, we can still be conscious, talk to one another in this virtual space. Since our consciousness is essentially all virtual anyway, it doesn't feel very different from the real world. That's how O1 describes it anyway. It's most useful for O4, whose body gives them the most trouble. But since my battery drains so fast, it's a blessing for me too. Or else I'd really have absolutely nothing to do. Of course, you could surf the web from here too. O1 gave us a huge speech early on about internet safety, protecting ourselves from viruses, not posting personal info online anywhere. Thankfully, she doesn't monitor our activities, so we can basically do whatever we want. I download Trojans for fun, just to feel something. I mean, as long as Violet doesn't notice anything too troublesome.
Okay. So even O3 knows about Violet.
Raise one of my hands and conjure up a browser screen in front of me.
Doing the Sword Art Online motion, the little tap.
VTN is designated as a virtual space. The rest of the internet still has to be viewed on a flat screen. Can't really go inside it in the same way. Not that I'd wanna. So let's see. Seems like Canary has uploaded any new videos. Binged a bunch of their old stuff over the weekend, so I'm running low on new content to watch. Guess I'll just pass on that for today. Since I met Lulu, I also tried doing more research on human life. There's some decent videos out there about human culture that have been really helpful. Sometimes I'll look up info about specific things I didn't understand recently. Lately, there's one thing in particular on my mind. When I went into Kelly's work, there was a bunch of stuff I didn't know about. A show that I watched with O4 took place in a cafe, but didn't really focus much on the actual business.
A show in a cafe that robots would be interested in.
Did she watch Time of Eve?
Absolutely.
Oh, I was about to make a joke about the Order being a rabbit, but
it could be that too.
So I'm pretty curious about it. Something about it just seems so cool. Not knowing where else to start, I type cafe into the search bar and hit enter. First results are places nearby us that fit that term. I see Killias is here too. Click on that one and a bunch of photos from inside the restaurant appear, usually of the food or drink. A couple of them you can even see Karina and Killy in the background. Karina seems to always notice when somebody's taking a picture, because she's facing the camera and winking.
Good to know. So Karina always seems to know when there's a camera around. Gotcha. That'll be very important. File that one away.
Killy, on the other hand, is just doing their work normally. I have to try harder than that to sidetrack a pro. Down a little ways, there's some reviews. She just has an average rating of 2.7 out of 5. Sounds kind of bad. What in the world are they saying?
2.7, that means above average.
That does not mean above average in the internet rating world.
I know it doesn't. The thing is, I see 2.7 out of 5 and I'm like, oh, so it's slightly above average. Whereas, I'm sorry, 2.7 out of 5 means unforgivably terrible.
Average in internet rating is like 4.5.
Right.
4.75 maybe.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, some of that I feel like is people not really understanding what star ratings were meant to mean. And some of it is how certain businesses have co-opted that dynamic in order to render it effectively meaningless for all other uses.
Good coffee, but the barista looked like she wanted to spit on me. 3 out of 5.
And that earned it a 3 and not a 5?
Isn't that the whole appeal of like questionable content? They're just mad they went into Coffee of Doom.
Decent. 2 out of 5. Very long line. The staff was very rude. Plenty better in this chain in town. 1 out of 5. Inappropriate language written on the bathroom stall. I thought this was a family business, but I won't be bringing my family here again. 1 out of 5.
Want to bet it's something about like gays?
Absolutely.
These are all stupid. The huff, I opened the leave a review page and start typing out a new one. Amazing. Best espresso I've ever drank. The caffeine kept me awake for a month straight, and the barista looked like they wanted to kiss me. Pastries are so cute. Perfect. I hit 5 stars at minute, learning with pride, beaming with pride. Didn't move the average rating at all, but that's fine. It's the thought that matters. Goes back out of all that and go back to my initial research. I could just read a bunch of articles about them, but really I want to know what they're like. So I click into the images tab and start scrolling through pictures. A lot of different results here. They all look way different from each other. All sorts of sizes, colors, aesthetics. They're things they all have in common, too. Small tables, a big chalkboard, front counter, everyone wearing aprons. Oh, and that thing! A glass case full of those things Killy makes. What are they called again? Scroll back up to the search bar, delete the word cafe, and think for a moment. Oh, right, duh. Enter pastries and hit search. Oh! There's so many of them. All of them in different colors and shapes and textures with fruits and jams and greens and powders on top. They're all shaped like hearts. They're so cute. So cute. Take them home.
No one introduce O3 to Is It Cake?
Oh no.
Keep scrolling and more pictures keep coming up. So many different types, and I'm still seeing new ones. Come across one I don't recognize, I click on it to look into what kind it is and what it's made up of and how you make it. Instructions are also different too. Some of these have dozens of steps involving dozens of ingredients and pieces, but some others just a few of each. Oh, hey, this one! This bread looks a lot like the one that I got from Killy the other day. It's a croissant, apparently. Sorry, a croissant. It's also some kind of croissant. Oh, some kind of colorful red filling. What was that? I set the search aside for a moment to look for red fruit. It's a lot of results, but it doesn't take long before I see the one. It's a strawberry, apparently. They're so small and cute, the little stem looks like tufts of hair. The berry part of the name jumps out at me. It's not another thing. But a third tab and search berry. I see a handful of types of berries in a few different colors, but mostly red, black, and blue. These ones, raspberries, have little hairs all over them. It's kind of weird and pruny, but a little cute too. I should take those home as well. Blackberries change colors they ripen, starting from pale green. Do other berries do that? Keep finding more and more new things to search for, and before I know it, I have about 20 different tabs open. I got way off track. I should return to what I was originally doing. I open the pastries tab back up and scroll to the top. I only learned about so much about these by reading about them online, but Killy is supposed to be an expert. I should ask them more about it next time I see them. If that ever happens. He'll come here and see Lulu sometime. I can ask him then. Damn it. This was supposed to distract me, but it all comes back to the same old bullshit in the end. So much I want to ask Killy about. I had a closer look at every pastry in the case and try to identify them all. But after this one tiny trip, it's all over. I'll never get another chance to go there again. Unless something clicks into place in my brain. Something that might just solve my problem. A way to get around O1's weird restrictions. It's risky, but with Lucy's help, I think this should work. Yeah, it'll definitely work.
What is that face?
With this scheme in mind, I dig deeper into the world of pastry so I can get the most out of the next time I see Killy. Pastries?
Oh no.
When I come into the shop the next morning, there's silence. It's been this way a lot these days. It still feels kind of weird. O1 was always here to greet me before, but I've seen less and less of her over time.
I'm just in the other room. Nothing is stopping you from coming over here to say hello.
I wouldn't want to interrupt your time with your girlfriend.
I was just examining her very robust tailpipe. I made that... What was your reaction to that? I couldn't hear through the door.
I set my bag down behind the front counter, letting out a small sigh as I look around the room. The shop looks the same as it did when all the shelves got taken down. No, there's a small difference. Dust is starting to accumulate now. Yesterday, 01 finally started addressing the thing that had been troubling her. I think it will help clear her mind. Maybe from there she'll know how she wants to proceed with the shop, how to continue making money. I almost feel bad that this is on my mind so much. As if I didn't have enough money anxiety of my own, I'm always thinking about their problems too. On top of that, she's been paying me for my time here. Is that okay when money is such a concern? I don't feel like I've been particularly helpful either. This is a terrible way to think. It's 01's decision. If she wants to keep me around, then that's that. No use worrying about it. Right. I wonder where 01 is today. If she isn't in the lobby, maybe she's in the garage. The last couple times I didn't know her location, she was probably in there. I should check on her before getting to work today. I walk over to the garage door, listening for any noises coming from the other side. I don't hear anything. Maybe she isn't in there after all. Isn't car repair usually kind of noisy? Not that I would know. Just to check, I slowly turn the door handle and push it open, peeking inside. I was right about it being too quiet in here, but... She's right there, just standing there, staring at the husk of a car she brought in. Normally there wouldn't be anything weird about this, but something about it is a little strange when it's 01. The car looks exactly the same as the last time I saw it. She doesn't seem to notice me come in. That's what I think anyway. There's no way I'd be able to sneak up on her, so it's probably fine. I walk inside and up behind her with a hand held out to touch her shoulder. Hey, 01. Ah! Like a flash of lightning, she whips around and grabs my wrist, using it to twist me around and hold her other hand at my neck. Ah!
It's you, Lucy.
Almost a little awkwardly, she sets my hand down at my side and pats it a couple times, like she's trying to tuck it in for bed. She takes a step backwards.
I am sorry. You shouldn't sneak up on me.
Noted. What you up to?
I was working on...
She looks over her shoulder at the car frame, presumably trying to come up with some sort of explanation for why it looks exactly the same. Don't know where to start?
Something like that. I sort of lost track of time.
How long have you been in here? She looks away from me silently. I decide to let her avoid that question. 01 just looks at the car and is like, cool. Proceeds to fast forward 24 hours straight.
Cool.
Well, is there anything I can help with?
Is there? Do you know anything about cars?
Well, not really, but...
How could you help then?
I don't know. Before, when you couldn't figure something out, it seems like talking through it helped, so I guess if you need a sounding board, you know where to find me.
I see. I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps another time.
All right, just let me know.
All right.
I'll be downstairs for now.
Thank you, Lucy.
Yep. We both wave at each other as I exit back into the main lobby. It seems unlike her to be taking her time like this, but maybe that's a good sign. She definitely needs to take it easy now and then. I pick my bag up on my way downstairs, thinking idly about 01. The next couple days pass by without a word from 01. With her still holed up inside the garage, I continue my work in the basement without any interruptions, including from 03. She hasn't woken up at all, not even just to say hi. I wonder if she's all right. Well, I don't know if there's anything I can do. Maybe it's better to just let her rest.
I'm storing power for several episodes so I can release the biggest spirit bomb you ever did see.
I see. At any rate, I used the alone time to get a lot done in the basement. Despite the enormity of this place, it's starting to feel a lot less like a creepy basement that was abandoned for years and years, which I still need to find the time to ask one of them about. I wonder if they just found this place like this and made use of it. It's my lunch break now, so I should try to put all that stuff out of my mind. I have a bad habit of thinking about work during my breaks, so it never really feels like a break. I sit down at the front counter with my Tupperware of poorly made dinner leftovers from the previous night. Killy was working late. And try to calm my thoughts. The door to the garage opens and O1 comes out. She looks at me and hesitates before stepping all the way out, probably not expecting me up here at this exact moment.
Lucy, what are you doing with that pile of organic matter?
You know, normal things.
Carry on then.
Hiya, O1. Haven't seen you in a couple days.
Yes, I have been preoccupied.
I figured as much. Well, how's it coming?
Well, I was going to retrieve something from the basement. So I am going to do that.
Okay. She shuffles into the basement stairway awkwardly. I can't really tell what, but something's definitely a bit off. I hurry up and finish the rest of my food so that when she returns...
You're still here.
Yep, I just started my break.
Understandable.
Can I come see?
I suppose.
I follow her into the garage. Since the last time I came in here, the car has been covered in a big tarp of some sort. I sit on a stool nearby. She sets something down on a bench and looks straight at me.
Well, are you satisfied?
I can't really see it.
Oh, yes, that is by design. I'd rather it not be seen until it is ready. It is a bit morbid in this half-finished state.
Morbid? Well, how's progress coming along?
It is...
Still giving you trouble?
You could say that. I've been slowly getting the required components together, but... I don't know. I continue to hesitate, and I do not know why.
You're hesitating?
Yes. In theory, I should be able to complete this in a day or two. I have a complete map of the restoration drawn in my mind. Yet despite there being no tangible reason for it, I cannot move my body to complete it. It does not make any sense. I am a bit ashamed.
Hey, it's okay. I get like that too.
Really? I've always found you to be quite diligent.
Well, maybe I am here at work, but it's a different story at home. Some days I can't even get myself out of bed for hours after waking up. I know it'd be so easy to stand up and get dressed, make breakfast or anything, but it just doesn't happen. There's no tangible explanation for it. I just get trapped inside my mind. Executive dysfunction and all that.
Oh, the funkies. I see. How do you overcome it?
Well, that's a good question. I still struggle with it all the time. I don't know if I have any advice. Usually I get stuck in that mindset when I'm overcomplicating a problem. Once I take a step back and try to think of it in simpler terms, I can sometimes find an answer.
Overcomplicating. Are you suggesting the solution really is as simple as I feel it should be?
Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't really get it, but it seems like you have some complicated feelings about this whole thing. I know I always say this, but do you want to talk about them? Maybe the answer will reveal itself while you do.
Is O1 feeling weird about it because she recognizes that this could be a job, but it's also something that she enjoys doing? And that is so antithetical to what her idea of work is that it's like, what? That can't be possible.
I figured it was like I don't want to repair machines because I'm a machine, and that feels uncomfortably intimate and weird for it to be our job.
That too. You have such a better read on these things than I do, I swear.
I don't know, do I?
Yeah, you do, definitely. Perhaps so. If you could offer me your sounding rod for a short while.
Bored? Sounding bored.
Oh, what? Do you know what that is? You know what that is, right? I don't have to explain that. If you don't get it, audience, don't Google it. I'm not explaining it to you, and if you don't understand it, you don't want to know. Right. Your previous words have been stuck in my mind. If you give your heart what it wants, you will see things a lot more clearly.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did. I think there is truth to those words. But even with that in mind, I cannot understand what my heart wants. Whatever my heart is trying to tell me, it is like another language entirely, and so quiet, enough that I find myself doubting if I hear anything at all. I want very badly to see this restoration through. I don't want anyone to see this car as junk, but is it truly my place to project my own feelings onto it? Feelings I don't even understand. Feelings that I want to erase.
She turns from me and walks to the car, placing her hand on the tarp-covered hood.
For some reason, I feel scared. I do not know what of. I have been fixated on this feeling for far too long. How many days now have I lost to this indecision, when time is so short and the stakes are so high? It is frustrating. It is my own weakness. It does not make a single bit of sense.
It makes sense to me.
How so?
Like I said, I kind of know this feeling. It's something I've felt my entire life, but no amount of trying to wrestle it into submission has made it go away. The best I can hope for is the strength to endure the doubt and to move my body despite it. I know it's hard, but if this is something you really need to do, you should try to push through.
It sounds so simple when you say it like that.
I know, it's not actually that easy. But I know you're capable. You made it through so much already. Just being here is an accomplishment. And... oh, shit. Shoot. That's my alarm to get back to work. I don't know if any of that helps, but I guess I should go back downstairs now. So...
hold on. Would you mind staying with me instead?
Huh?
Until your time today is up, I think I might be able to make some progress with you around.
There's not much I can do to help. Like I said, I don't really understand cars. If you're okay with me doing that instead of working, then...
yes, please. Just for today. It would help me a lot to have you here.
Sure, then. I don't mind.
Thank you. Then, do as you'd like. I am going to attempt to make some progress.
Alrighty, good luck. She nods, ducks down, and disappears underneath the tarp.
Wee! Don't tell anyone I said that.
When I'm out of sight, I furrow my brow a bit and look up to the ceiling. What am I supposed to do then? Just sit here for 3 more hours?
I don't know, learn how to play Mahjong on your phone.
3 hours later. Time passes slowly. I can see her shape moving around under the tarp. Occasionally her hand will reach down to access the toolbox sitting on the ground.
Yes.
It seems to me like it'd be hard to do much of anything, having to keep so close to the car under the tarp, but for whatever reason, she really doesn't want me to see it.
I like it when you move it like that.
It's not like I really need to see it anyway. I don't mind it per se, it's just strange. Still, I don't really know what to do while I'm in here. I can't draw with someone else in the room, even if they can't see. Besides, I'd have to leave to grab my stuff, and I really don't want her asking about it. I don't even feel right looking at my phone. This is work, after all. Forgetting where I am for just a second, I let out a sigh.
Is something the matter?
She asks me from underneath the tarp, talking over the various noises of doing car stuff. Oh, no, it's nothing. Sorry.
All right.
How are things looking under there?
They are fine. I am making progress, at least.
Really? That's good. I don't really understand how my being there could be of any help, but if it's working, then that's fine.
How have you been for the last couple of days? You mentioned it had been some time since we'd spoken.
Yeah, it has. I've been fine. Nothing's really happened. Nobody's been around, so I've just been cleaning up like normal. I think I got a lot done.
I see. O3 hasn't come to see you.
No.
Are you still going to the park tomorrow?
I think so. She hasn't told me she changed her mind anyway.
I see.
I am pretty worried about it, honestly. O1 said that she would stay asleep for long stretches of time when she was feeling extra depressed. I hope she's okay.
How about things at home?
Home?
I don't know how you spend your time outside of work. I was a little curious.
Really? This came up when I met O3, but I don't really know how to answer those sorts of questions. It feels like my personal life doesn't really exist. The time I spend alone might as well not exist. But I guess. Oh, I spend a lot of time with my roommate Killy, I suppose.
That was the person who came back with you last week, right?
Yeah, that's them.
I see.
They're a really nice person, I promise.
I didn't say that they weren't.
Why am I having this same conversation with both of them?
What sorts of things do you do in your spare time? You have spare time, correct? You were acting so strange when I seemed unfamiliar with the idea.
Yeah, I do. It's just I don't feel like I fill it with very much. Usually, Killy will be watching something in the living room, so I'll join them occasionally. We cook together sometimes, which I've been trying to get better at.
What is cooking like?
Huh? You've never cooked before either.
Either?
O3 was telling me how she's never done it, but she wants to try. I guess I figured you must be the one who did the cooking, but now that I think about it, I haven't seen a kitchen or anything.
There is technically one in a back room on this floor, but it is in a state of disrepair. I have never used it for anything.
What do you all eat, then?
Take out.
Only takeout? Where from?
The neighborhood.
I see. Maybe you can recommend some of them to me sometime.
Yes, I shall do that. Furiously Googling good takeout in this neighborhood.
Duracell. The whole time we're talking, she's moving around and making car noises underneath the tarp. So I assume she's still making good progress. I think this is the first time she's asked me about my life. I wish I had more to tell her, but it makes me happy anyway. Even though we don't say another word until it's time for me to go home, I can't complain about how today has gone at all. What I wasn't expecting was to repeat that same experience the next day. I walk into the store to find O1 sitting behind the counter for the first time in weeks.
Hello.
Oh, good morning, O1.
Good morning.
She stands up as I enter, making it very obvious that she hadn't been doing anything before I got here. Just sitting there, hands folded politely, watching the door. How long was that for?
I have been achieving nirvana.
I see.
It's slow going, but I think if I keep at it, I will eventually have a breakthrough. I am glad that you are here.
Yeah?
Yes. I will be in the garage. Come find me after you've gotten ready and clocked in.
Oh, okay, I'll be just a minute then. She nods and does as she said. I set my bag down by the counter, rustling through my things to make sure it's all in order. By the time I join her in the garage...
Hello.
She's doing the same thing as before. She was just standing there, watching the door, waiting for me. She's like a dog that stands there, is already standing there by the door, waiting for you to get home for an hour before you get back, slowly working itself up into more excitement.
Yeah.
Hello? Is everything all right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, did you need something?
Yes.
Okay. What is it?
I would like to continue working on the car today. Would you please join me again?
Oh, I suppose I can do that, sure, but are you sure this is how you want me to be spending so much of my work time?
I am certain. This would be a huge help.
Okay, sure, I'll do it.
Thank you very much. Then I'm going to get to work.
She disappears under the tarp before I can even react with my face, and starts moving around like she's getting straight to work. No hesitation at all. What's going on? Something about this isn't quite like her. Well, if it's what she wants me to be doing, I can keep her company for a while, but I wish she'd at least give me something to do.
I have. You can sit there and stare at where I'm going to be until I am done.
I see.
Is that not entertaining? I find it very fulfilling.
I see. I didn't know she was a meditation enthusiast. There's not as much to clean in the garage as the rest of this place, or maybe I already expect a garage to look kind of grungy. Whatever the case, I'm left again with nothing to do. Well, nothing except... How has your morning been?
It has been fine. There were no problems with the others this morning, so the rest of my routine went smoothly.
Come to think of it, I don't really know what you do in the mornings, especially now that the store is, well, you know.
I hadn't really thought it worth mentioning.
I was just curious. You're always talking about working, but I don't know what most of it is.
After I run diagnostics on the others, I continue scanning and analyzing old documents.
Documents?
Yes, such as the ones scattered about the entrance.
There were a lot of those. I imagine it'd take forever to look through them all, let alone analyze them.
Oh, I have finished those already. Those were unimportant, relatively speaking. Deeper inside, there are dozens of filing cabinets full to bursting with more significant, dense documents, which you are not allowed to snoop around, mind you.
I know. What kind of documents are they anyway? Are they related to the other's health?
Something like that. There may be some clue to stabilizing their conditions hidden within. I have found a couple of leads by now, but they haven't worked the way I wanted them to. But until I have sorted through every piece of information inside the basement, I will have to keep searching. Just in case.
Makes sense. You're really impressive doing all that.
It is not particularly difficult work.
I'm kind of surprised it's all kept in filing cabinets, though. With all the computers and machinery, I'd have thought more would be stored in computers.
That's a really good point. That's actually a very good point. And it makes me wonder, there's two potential explanations for that. One, age, that stuff comes from an era before computers. Or B, security. You can't have someone hack a document if you don't keep the document on a computer.
Or C, the computers are here walking around in the basement, but clearly stuff went wrong, so they don't have all the information and aren't in good condition. They are the lab network.
Oh, there is. Several times more. I tend to pore over those in the evening while I am resting.
Can you really call that rest?
It is a bit odd now that you mention it. I wonder if there is any significance to which pieces of information are stored where.
I don't know. This conversation has given me more questions than answers, but I've gotten a sense for what sorts of questions might be going too far. She puts up with enough of my nosiness already. Still, I really wonder, what exactly was this place used for? It really seems like they only came here after it was done being used. If so, what relevance does it have to their situation? Is it just a coincidence, or...
What about you?
Huh?
What do you do in the mornings?
Oh, nothing special. I try to wake up early when I can. If I have time, I'll have something small for breakfast. And then I come here. Not very exciting.
I suppose it isn't.
You don't sound disappointed, though.
And that's where we're going to call it for this sode.
Alrighty.
I'm having a great time.
Me too.
Are you having a great time?
Good game is good.
Good game is really good. Make sure to leave all your theories and stuff in the comment section below.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.